Today's episode is guaranteed to end in one of two ways, either heartache or ecstasy. Which is it going to be as we face our first final of the season? Let's go and find out. Hello and welcome to episode 41 of Irons in the Fire as we try and make West Ham good and great again. My name's Mark and on today's episode we have just one game for you. It's the Carabao Cup Final against Manchester United at Wembley. The team that we beat in the FA Cup Final at the end of last season. Can we go and do a similar feat today, or is it going to be just a step too far for us? That is the question, and we will find out in due course. And before we catch up and find out what's been happening since you were last with us, just a quick reminder, if you do enjoy today's episode, please leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think of the series so far. It all helps here on YouTube, helps me greatly, and a very big thank you to all those people who have subscribed to the channel, and I hope you continue to enjoy my content. The other thing you can do is to follow me on Twitter, or X, that was formerly known as Twitter, at JustOffsideFM, and if you do that, I'd be most grateful as well. Thank you very much. Right, well, yes, it's a catch-up first, because we have played a couple of games since you were last with us. Then we will have a look properly at the Carabao Cup Final, and we will have a look at how we got to this final, and indeed Manchester United. But we have played two games, as I say, since you were last with us. Blackburn and Burnley in the last episode, a 4-1 win in the FA Cup, giving us a fifth round tie in the next episode against Manchester City, and then we had a 2-0 win over Burnley in the Premier League. We've continued our sort of semi-half decent run at the moment. Still conceding the odd goal, but we're on the right foot. 3-1, a win against Nottingham Forest at the London Stadium, and it was Lucas Paqueta who got us underway after 35 minutes from the penalty spot. 1-0 then at half-time. Ollie Watkins adding to that, making it 2-0 on 54 minutes. Parisi running down the left-hand wing, crosses it into Samadic. Samadic just puts it into the path of Watkins. Watkins didn't even have to break his stride. Bang, in the back of the net. It's 2-0 at this point in time, and Samadic, the provider of that last goal, getting the third after 62. It's headed out, and Samadic running into the edge of the area. Nobody marking him, and he's put it away. It's 3-0 at this stage. Nottingham Forest getting a consolation goal through Sangari after 67 minutes. A corner from Gibbs-White, and it swung in, headed in at the near post. But that was all it was. 15 shots, 7 on target, 3.25, 58% of the possession for us. They had 8 shots, just the 1 on target, the goal, 0.44, and 42% of the possession for Nottingham Forest. A good 3-1 win. Then we went to Carrow Road, the home of Norwich City, and another 3-1 win. This time out, they took the lead after 54 minutes. A very long throw, and I mean a very long throw, and it's brought down. Mazulia not really dealing with it properly, fell to Gibson. Gibson put it away to give them the lead on 54 minutes after a 0-0 at half-time. But Marco Friedel had better ideas on 3 minutes later. A corner, Bowen swings it in. It's headed semi-clear. Kudos brings it down. Friedel in space, inside the area, puts it away. It's 1-1 at this juncture in time. And then Gerard Bowen made it 2-1 after 73. Todibo, Bowen, Paqueta, Adams, Abraham, back from Soufal into Bowen. Bowen does those. It was a question of whether he might have been offside, but the VAR and also the replay pretty much proved that he was nowhere near being offside. And then Mubama, having done some changes with the final today in mind. Mubama, who'd been on the bench, joined the fray. In fact, when did he join the fray? Let's just check when he joined the fray. Joined the fray on 76 minutes. And then 5 minutes into injury time, he got his first ever goal for West Ham. Xavier forward looking for Mubama. Soufal Skulls gets it through to Mubama, and he got himself set really, really well and put it away. His first goal for West Ham, and we had 11 shots, 5 on target. Not our best. 1.66 on the XG, 63% of the possession. Should have had more. They had 10 shots, 5 on target, 0.74, and 37% of the possession. So that leaves us looking like this in the Premier League. There have been some games played. We're on Sunday the 23rd, on Saturday the 22nd. So this is bang up to date. We are in third place, a game in hand over Arsenal, but 6 points adrift. So we can only close that gap a little bit. Arsenal, though, are closing the gap. They're down to 5 points on Manchester City, which is quite interesting. We're 11 points adrift of Manchester City, as I say, 6 adrift of Arsenal. Liverpool are in fourth place on 53 points. They play today. They play Norwich. I would expect them to win that, so they'll be within 2 points of us, albeit we do then still have a game in hand. So hopefully we can keep that 5 point gap at the top of the table there. And then come Manchester United, today's opponents, on 51. Aston Villa also on 51. And a huge gap then of some 12 points. 12 points down to Leeds in 7th. And then Crystal Palace just outside the European places on 38. Burnley, Wolves and Brighton still holding the places in the relegation zone. A 5 point gap now between Norwich and Burnley. And Burnley won't want that to grow any bigger. In fact, it could grow bigger because Norwich, of course, are not playing until today, albeit they are playing Liverpool. So there you go. Right, which takes us back to the most important thing right now is the Carabao Cup Final. 4 highlights for you. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually have a look and see how we got through to this final, which I think we can do, competition review. And this, I've managed to get it up, the tree, as they call it, to show us how we got there. Manchester United on the other trajectory. Actually coming on, both teams coming in on the third round. So that's as far back as we'll take it. How did we get through to the final? Well, we beat Barnsley 4-2 in the third round. A 3-0 win against Wolves at Molineux in the fourth round. A quarter-final win over Aston Villa, 3-0, and then a 2-1 win on aggregate against Arsenal, of course, losing 1-0 at their place, winning 2-0 at our place, which brings us to today's final. And then Manchester United, they beat Rotherham 3-1 in round 3. 4-1 against Birmingham in round 4. A 2-1, very close win for them in the quarter-final, beating Brentford 4-0 on aggregate in the semi-final, which brings them to today's final. So that is how we both have got here. Previous... Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cough. Previous winners, of course, Liverpool, who currently hold the title. They'll lose it today. Manchester United in winning it the season before last, taking it off of Liverpool, and then so on and so forth. So we hope that's not going to go Liverpool, Manchester United, Liverpool, Manchester United. It would be good to see West Ham up there. And one other fact is West Ham have never won the trophy, the League Cup as it is. Now, of course, known as the Carabao Cup, but they never won the League Cup, which is quite an interesting fact in their 130-year history. Never won it. So can today be the first thing? Can we lead them to their first ever win in the League Cup? We'll find out in just a moment or two. I don't think there is a great deal else to tell you. We have a fully fit squad to choose from. Areola is back from injury, but I don't think he'll be showing up today. They have Luke Shaw, who's doubtful with damaged Achilles tendon, and Bruno Fernandes, the man who scored in our last game. He's out with a twisted ankle. In fact, talking about last games, as you'll see, we've only beaten them the once. That was in the FA Cup final last season. We've lost to them already this season, a 2-0 loss. Mason Mount and Wan-Bissaka, the scorers in that one. So it's time to overturn that scoreline, if at all possible. Let's go and have a look at the team then that will face Manchester United in the League Cup final. And here is the team that will face Manchester United in this Carabao Cup final. Mazulia in goal then. It's Parisi, Friedel, Upamecano and Wagnerman, who is yet to show his full credentials. Hopefully he will shine today. Is our defensive line. Souček, Ward-Prowse and Zuma in midfield. Samadic sits behind Watkins and Abraham up front. Trott, Mavropanos, Kudos, Sufal, Emerson, Paqueta, Kamada, Bowen and Mubama are all on the bench. So here we are at Wembley, and we once again are playing in our third kit or second kit or whatever kit. Playing our usual formation. They're playing a 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder today. And Fernandes is on the pitch. Tammy Abraham gets us underway, and I'm just going to get rid of that at the bottom of the screen for you. We're out to Parisi. Any consolation, we did win with this kit. I'm not sure we had maroon socks last time out. A corner, Anthony with the corner for Manchester United. 5 minutes on the clock. It swung in. Varane just over the top. Come forward, Mount cutting that one out. Rashford comes back for it. Martinez. It's been pretty much Manchester United up until now. 74% of the possession, which is a bit of a worry. Anthony out to Fernandes. Danger man. Back to Anthony. Casemiro. But he can keep him there all day. They have a free kick inside our area. Fernandes swings it in. It's headed on. But Mazulia more than comfortable with that one. Mazulia rolls that one out to Parisi. Can we build an attack? Souček misses it. Didn't get it through. Watkins though. Samadic has Abraham there. Abraham out to Wagnerman. And he's cut well inside. Ward-Prowse. Parisi. Gone back out wide again now. Parisi. Can he cross this ball into the area? No. Cuts it back for Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse! Oh, straight into the arms of Melee. And that is the first half over and done with. A series of yellow cards. Anthony, Casemiro and Konate for Manchester United. Frustration creeping in there a little bit. Zuma and Wagnerman picking up for us. We've had 2 shots, none on target. 0.10, 35% of the possession. They've had 4 shots, none on target. 0.29, 65% of the possession. It's evenly poised going into the second half. Konate gets us underway in this second half to Rashford. And that one's cut out by Parisi. Parisi running forward, picking that off. But Anthony gets the better of him. Wan-Bissaka. Anthony. Fernandes. Still in the first minute of the second half. Parisi. Samadic. Friedel. Back out to Parisi. Gentle build up. He's gone all the way back to Mazulia. Friedel. Parisi has Anthony out there in close attention. Souček. Samadic tries to thread that through to Watkins, but not on the same wavelength. Souček heads that on. Wan-Bissaka. Parisi kicks that back in. Watkins will get here, and it's cleared. And Ward-Prowse seem to be weathering the storm at the moment. Mazulia. Friedel. Souček over the top this time. Abrahams is in, and Abrahams puts it wide. Or has it gone for a corner? In fact, it was a save by Melee. And it is a corner. Ward-Prowse. Swung in. Headed clear. Souček back in, but Melee looked like he got out for a corner again there, really. Souček over the top. Into Abraham. Abraham brought it under control, but his angle had gone very wide. Varane. Free kick on the halfway line. Wan-Bissaka. Anthony. Varane. Martinez on his own out there. And he cuts it inside and it's gone out. Pulled the trigger, but couldn't get it on target. It was a flick, really, wasn't it? We have a free kick now. Samadic swings it in. Souček! And Thomas Souček, question of offside, and he may well have been. It will be his 12th goal of the season if it's given. VAR is looking at it. I have a suspicion it's going to be disallowed. It is. In fact, there's a number of them in the offside position. Souček being one of them. Wagnerman to Zuma. Back to Wagnerman. Ward-Prowse. We've had it in the back of the net. We can do it again. Wagnerman. He has the support of Zuma. Zuma crosses it in. It's gone in. Souček has put it away this time for his 12th goal of the season. And on the hour mark, we go 1 up. 61 minutes, I think, on the clock. Soaked up that pressure in the first half. And Badiashile taking down his man here. And it is actually on the hour mark. It was Samadic he brought down, but Souček putting it away very nicely. In fact, let's see that again, because I was too busy looking at Samadic being brought down. Lovely put away by Souček. Canate from the restart. As we know, goes one or two ways here. They either get back on the score sheet very quickly, or Zuma steps in, though. Watkins, Samadic, Souček, Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse to Souček. Souček on a mission. Wagnerman. Wagnerman has a go. It's saved by Melee. Upper Meccano. And this is the save from Wagnerman. Souček puts it out wide. Wagnerman takes the shot. Good save. Throw in from Martinez. 61 on the clock. So not a lot has moved on. Still early days after. Get rid of it. Oh, Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka. Just wide of the post. Gone for a corner, I think. Swung in. Headed clear. Mount has a shot. Mazulia with the goal kick. It's headed back into foreign territory. Friedel heading it down. Upper Meccano. Mazulia. Mazulia. Oh, and that was a mistake by Mazulia. And Canate profits. Oh, dearie me. Upper Meccano back to Mazulia. Mazulia just hits it straight at Canate. And with nearly 72 minutes on the clock, we're making two changes at this junction. Thomas Souček, the scorer of the goal in the first half, he's come off. We've replaced him with Paqueta. And Tammy Abraham, once again, not having a good day. He's right off form at the moment. Gerard Bowen replaces him. We have a corner now. Samadic with the corner. Swung in. Zuma trying to get there, but Melee plucks it out of the air. Highlight looks like it's going to continue. Launches that one long. Upamecano's under that. Brings it down for Ward-Prowse. Friedel. Friedel has Parisi outside here, but Parisi doesn't control that ball, and Anthony swoops in. Friedel, Parisi. Parisi back to Friedel. Friedel to Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse now comes forward. He's out wide to Wagnerman. Wagnerman, what's he going to do with this? He's got Zuma in support. Zuma chips it in! Straight into the arms of Melee. Another corner. Samadic with another one. What's he going to do with this? Samadic swings it in. It's headed out. Bowen on the edge of the area. Bowen goes into the area. Crosses it deep. Samadic looking for Samadic. He's headed on by the defender. Wagnerman is out there. Upamecano. Upamecano has Friedel there. Friedel, Parisi. Parisi quickly to Paqueta. Paqueta crosses into the area as Samadic is brought down. Nothing given. Paqueta has a shot and it's gone for a corner. Samadic swings it in. Nobody there. Zuma heads it down. Ward-Prowse. Samadic. Samadic into the area. Offside. And with 80 minutes on the clock, it's still 1-1. Always knew it was going to be tight. But we've made one more change. Wagnerman is off and Sufal comes on in his place. Anthony gets that ball forward. Parisi. Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse has Friedel there. 87 minutes on the clock. Parisi into the area. Bowen through and player brought down again. Still no penalty. A throw in on that far side. Sufal with the throw in. Zuma heads it down to Bowen. Back to Sufal. Bowen. I thought he was going to turn on that. Watkins has a go. And it's gone out. And with 90 minutes on the clock into the first minute of added time at the end of the game, of which there are 5 minutes, we're making our final 2 changes. We have brought on Mohamed Kudus in to the midfield, and we've also brought Emerson on the left-hand side. We're going to make him attacking, and we're going to go for it just to see whether we can go and get a goal. Which is what we're looking for. I'm going to put him as a pressing forward just to see, just change it up a little bit, just to see if we can get our way through. Let's go and see if we can sneak a goal. Mazulia with a free kick to Sufal. We are in the 4th minute of the 5 added on. And Rashford winning that ball. Hoyland, who's come on for Manchester United. They've used all 5 of their substitutions. Daylot. Fernandes is causing us all sorts of problems. Good save for Mazzulli. I thought that was going in. A corner. Fernandes with the corner. We are in the 5th minute of added time. We'll go to extra time. If it remains as it is, we want to win this and straight up the other end and score. Fernandes winding down the clock. Swung in, headed clear, but only as far as Fernandes. Danger's not over yet. And oh, no. It's gone out and it's a goal kick. Extra time it is. And at the end of full time, it's 12 shots, 7 on target. We should have won this. 1.59, 45% of the possession. Got a lot of the possession back in that second half. And they've had 11 shots, just the 2 on target. 1.13, 55% of the possession. And, well, yeah, that poor ball by Mazulia has caused us all sorts of problems. Watkins gets us underway for the first half of extra time. It went to extra time in the FA Cup Final last season, and it's done the same again today. Wan-Bissaka with a throw-in. Fernandes, Casemiro, Rashford, good save by Mazulia. Looked like that was going in again. But Mazulia getting there, and it's gone for a corner. An outswinger from Fernandes. Swung out, headed clear, but Fernandez will get there. It's back in. Danger still. Another corner. Fernandez again, I'm guessing. 95 on the clock. Headed half clear. Rashford, it's into a group of players, taking a deflection. And is it gone for a corner? I think it has. Fernandez will have an in-swinger this time. Putting us under a lot of pressure here early in this first half of extra time. Bowen. Sufal with a long throw. Watkins heads it on. Kudus through to Samadic to Bowen, and it's saved. Melee puts it wide. 104 minutes on the clock into the final minute of this first half of extra time. Ward-Prowse swings it deep. Nobody there, but it's cleared up field. Bowen still alive, and it's half time of extra time, and we've had 15 shots. Sorry, we've had 13 shots, 8 on target, 1.71, 42% of the possession. They've had 15 shots, 2 on target, 1.56, 58% of the possession. Not really had too many chances in that first half of extra time. We need to go and see if we can seize this and make it count in the second half of extra time. Manchester United getting us underway in this second half of extra time. And is this going to go to penalties? That's a poor ball. Daylott with a throw in. And it's into the area. Højlund! Good save by Mazulia. And with 110 minutes on the clock, as this has extra time written all over, penalties written all over it. We have made our final change. Samadic is off, and Dolce Kamada is on in his place. Can he go and get something? Kudos. It's 119 on the clock. It could be a final attack. Paqueta through to Bowen. Oh, Melee saves it. 2 minutes of added time. Daylott. Is it going to be heartbreak, or can we sneak this? Very tired legs out there. Swung in. Højlund scores. I think he might have been offside as well. It's going to be reviewed. Oh, it's a goal. And we've lost it 2-1. Oh, dearie me. Right at the death. And no way back. Højlund's getting up. Watkins kicks us back off. Paqueta. Emerson comes forward. Kamada. Emerson's been tackled, and that's it. It's all over. And we have lost. And we're not going to break the hoodoo. We've not managed to get West Ham to win the League Cup for the first time in their history. And it is going to be Liverpool, Manchester United, Liverpool and Manchester United again. Oh, dearie me. Disappointing in the end. And that's how it's finished. 2-1 after extra time. Tight match again, as it was in the final last time. They've had 18 shots, 5 on target, 1.84 and 56% of the possession. We've had 14 shots, 8 on target, 1.79 and 44% of the possession. Just couldn't find a way through, really, in the end. And that is how it has ended. Well, after that disappointment, we said it would either be ecstasy or despondency, one of the two. Newcastle are beating Bournemouth by 3-0. Liverpool are beating Norwich by 4-1, which means Liverpool close the gap to just 2 points behind us. We do have a game in hand, though, at the top there. So that's still to come. And, well, yeah, I really do not know what to say. Extremely disappointing. And I really would have expected some quality off the bench, which didn't ever really materialise as the case was. Right, after one tough match, we've got another one coming up on Wednesday. A fifth round tie against Manchester City. Not the most ideal preparation. We'll be absolutely tired and shattered by the time we get to there. So I'm not holding out a great deal of hope. We are at the London Stadium, though. A 4-4 draw the last time we played Manchester City at the London Stadium, if my memory serves me right. Yeah. We've drawn in the 5 games that we've played this series, in the 2 games that we played at the London Stadium, they've both been draws. So this one could be another penalty shaker or extra time and penalty shaker if we get there. And then we have a Premier League game against Everton coming up. And then somewhere sandwiched between those two will be the draw for the last 16, the round of 16 in the Champions League. So it's all going to be happening on the next episodes, which I hope you will be able to join me for. I hope so. If you've enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. Keeps you up to date with all future episodes of Irons in the Fire and our other series, of course, bottom to the top as they are released. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the series. New episodes of Irons in the Fire released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on this channel is to follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at JustOffside2. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's a 5th round tie in the FA Cup and then a Premier League game against Everton. Join me for that. Thank you for watching. See you on the next episode. Bye-bye.